At EuroPD this year, our theme is Knowledge in PD is the Key. In order to increase our knowledge and maximise the impact of our work, EuroPD is working to establish collaborations across the globe, some of which we'll be hearing about during the conference.
EuroPD collaborates with a number of partners. I guess our most important collaboration is that with the International Society of Peritoneal Dialysis, because we have essentially the same objectives as the ISPD. Effectively, EuroPD is what might be considered to be the European chapter of ISPD. There isn't an official European chapter because EuroPD exists. And of course, EuroPD started before any of the other regional chapters for ISPD came into existence. So we're very keen to make sure that we fulfill the roles of a chapter within Europe, but at the same time, I think bring something extra in terms of the way the meetings work. We have a memorandum of understanding between the two groups where we try and coordinate meetings. For example, in Europe, we would hope to have meetings in conjunction with EuroPD and ISPD together. That's something that has happened before in Amsterdam a few years ago, and we think the next meeting in Europe when ISPD comes will also be a joint meeting between the two organisations. We also have collaborations with the EDTA. We are having a relationship whereby EuroPD Group help support EDTA to bring good quality peritoneal dialysis education and research into the EDTA program. So we assist the program committee in developing that.
The International Society for Peritoneal Dialysis is an organization whose mission is to promote understanding and expertise of peritoneal dialysis around the world, and we hope to help people to put their patients on PD and be an educational organization. We offer things like fellowships for doctors who are not that familiar with peritoneal dialysis to travel to centers of excellence to learn more about peritoneal dialysis. We also support the 0 by 25 initiative of the International Society of Nephrology, which will be to give more people around the world treatment for acute kidney injury so they don't die of that. And probably peritoneal dialysis is going to be the way that we will help save their lives. The EuroPD and ISPD a couple of years ago signed a memorandum of understanding where we realized that we are both interested in seeing peritoneal dialysis better understood and better used in centers around the world. So we are attending each other's meetings, and we hope to do projects together because really we have the same goals in mind in terms of peritoneal dialysis.
I am Fred Finkelstein. I'm a clinical professor of medicine at Yale University. I'm chair of the CME program for the International Society of Nephrology and chair of the International Liaison Committee for the ISPD. I'm participating in the EuroPD meetings in Krakow to discuss the peritoneal dialysis programs that we started for acute kidney injury in low-resource settings. In low-resource settings where dialysis is not available, patients who develop AKI will in general die because of the lack of the support services that are necessary. We have been working to develop PD programs to treat these patients with AKI. Thus far, we've developed programs in 10 different sites in Africa and Southeast Asia and have dialyzed over 200 patients with excellent results. We are looking to expand these programs through other countries in low-resource settings, primarily in Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. Developing these programs requires the collaboration of multiple organizations, governments, NGOs, and it's important we're looking to collaborate more with EuroPD, as well as with the ISN, the ISPD, and IPNA, and global health programs for universities to sustain these programs.
So we all been working as EuroPD early stage researchers, and my research in particular was a great collaboration between academia and industry. I had an opportunity to do the research in both environments to see what is the specificity for each environment, and that was a really, really great opportunity, and I think it was really beneficial for my project.
For example, my research and my full PhD was based in Cardiff, but we still have the chance of doing short stays in academia, and I had the privilege of going to Baxter to do my short stay, and that was a really great exchange for me.
Collaboration is very important for the whole EuroPD project. For example, we in Heidelberg have a biobank with a quite unique sample material, because as the others are experts in their methods, we've done a common research with Edita and with Melissa, who came for some time, so we could do some special stainings or special experiments with the samples, which is also very, very useful, very good.
EuroPD has several working groups which are covering the whole spectrum of kidney diseases and kidney problems. And we discovered some years ago that we don't have a special group which is dedicated directly to the people who are treated with peritoneal dialysis, which is a very important method of treatment. And as we also discovered that there is in Europe a very well designed and well structured group which is called EuroPD, we started to discuss how to establish the collaboration. And then we came to the idea that we will provide this endorsement, so the EuroPD will keep the identity, and we will just use this structure, the people, to organize common CME courses, master classes, or symposia during our congresses. Of course, the idea is to teach our doctors how to use this method for the treatment in order to improve the outcome of patients. This is a very important method of the therapy, and as I mentioned, we didn't have a special group dedicated to this type of therapy. We had a group dedicated to hemodialysis or transplantation, but not for the peritoneal dialysis. So just this collaboration just fulfilled the gap which was in the past.
Collaboration is the centerpiece of EuroPD. It's essential as we develop moving forward in a world like PD, which is not massive, that those societies involved and those other stakeholders involved in peritoneal dialysis work together. Over the last 15 years, EuroPD has done that by working with national societies and now working with larger organizations like the International Society for Peritoneal Dialysis and also EuroPD. Working together with the societies gives us maximum traction in terms of the development of PD and the implementation of PD and what PD is good for across the whole globe. We also work together with other groupings to develop the future of PD, such as EuroPD, an organization funded by the European Union to promote new research into peritoneal dialysis. Working together, we can do much more than we can working on our own.